Vince McMahon has found the secret to staying fit at an older age. No matter what the era, it just seems that the quote-unquote boss man and former chairman of the WWE never ages. You might as well say he's aging backwards. Well, being the former owner of a billion-dollar company for decades surely helps, I can tell you that. Vincent Kennedy McMahon has everything. He's even made countless enemies. He became the main villain in his very own company. But his biggest rival yet was, and still is, Father Time. He's been in a race against time, and you know what? It looks like he's winning. Now, I know what some of you are gonna say. You're gonna say that he didn't look so well at Crown Jewel earlier this year and at a recent UFC event walking in with a cane. Yeah, I hear you on that. But the guy still looks like he's in great shape, well into his 70s.
Vince just did it, off the platform, 10 feet high. No problem.
No one can deny that he's put in the effort to stay fit in his older years of life. But stick around until the end of this video because we're going to be unraveling the secrets to the youth of the one and only Vince McMahon. Chairman and CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, has not only built an empire within the squared circle, but seems to have discovered the elusive elixir of eternal youth. At 78 years old, Vince McMahon defies the laws of aging with a physique that could make a 30-year-old jealous. He's even got a better physique than Chris Jericho. Yeah, I said it. Vince McMahon has a better physique than Chris Jericho. Don't think so? Let me know what you think. Am I right or am I wrong in the comments below? To understand the enigma that is Vince McMahon's vitality, we must first acknowledge the ruthless nature of his former business. Running a global entertainment juggernaut like WWE for decades is no walk in the park. It's more like a power walk, sauntering down the entrance ramp, pyrotechnics exploding in the background, and of course, with some awesome music backing you up. McMahon's daily schedule is rumored to be more chaotic than a Royal Rumble, with back-to-back meetings, creative sessions, and strategic planning. One might wonder if the man ever sleeps, but then again, who needs sleep when you're Vince McMahon?
Office around 11 at night, and then he goes to the gym.
Really?
Yep.
He does the same thing. He's a machine.
Rumor has it that McMahon starts his day with a hearty breakfast of protein-packed pancakes. Not just any pancakes, mind you, but ones that have been body slammed into shape by the man himself. Some say he flips them in the air and catches them with the finesse of a luchador executing a perfect moonsault. It's the most important meal of the day, and Vince McMahon tackles it with the same intensity he brings to the ring and backstage. Vince obviously has a very strict diet. The boss man ate at exact times and weighed his food every single time so he could consume the required amount of protein, carbohydrates, and other vitamins. Being the boss of a company that demands a whole lot of energy definitely requires a ton of protein running in your bloodstream. He looks at eating as his fuel. And what meals do Vince think are the most important meals? The cheat meals. Yeah, you heard that right. But before you hop on and buy tons of donuts and pizza, here's why. Cheat meals are important for Vince because they're a form of psychological support. He even had a way to handle his cheat meals. He will force, say, donuts into his body until he can't take them anymore. It's just forcing your body to consume a whole bunch of those in just one sitting and let it pass through in your next workout. It'll be all gone. This mindset let Vince navigate his diet quite easily. His discipline was just unmatched. But it's not just about what he puts into his body, it's also about what he doesn't. Vince famously is known for abstaining from vices like alcohol and tobacco. While the rest of us might indulge in a cold one after a hard day's work, McMahon prefers the sweet taste of success. And who can blame him? Nothing says, "I'm the boss," like sipping on a glass of victory. And well, when we talk about vices, surely alcohol and tobacco won't cut it for Vince. We knew what his only vice was. Those secretaries of his in the Attitude Era. Vince was definitely a menace back then. Now for the fun part. It's time to expose Vince McMahon's unreal workout routines. And spoiler alert, Vince is certainly a meathead. And even The Undertaker couldn't believe what he was witnessing. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the gym. The sacred temple where Vince McMahon sculpted his legendary physique. The rumor mill and even some of his articles from Muscle and Fitness magazine suggest that McMahon's workout routine is a mix of old school bodybuilding and cutting edge training methods. Picture this, Vince McMahon bench pressing his own body weight while shouting, "That's good sh*." If that mental image doesn't inspire you to hit the gym, I'm sorry, but nothing will. Just imagine a 78-year-old man outworking everyone in the gym. Chris Jericho even went out of his way and said that Vince was the real Terminator. And it's not just Jericho. A whole lot of other wrestlers praise Vince's work ethic when it comes to his body. In a podcast with Joe Rogan, The Undertaker gave a piece of his mind about that 70-year-old monster. That guy, that's what he does. His love is working out. He is phenomenal, man. His mom is 99 and is still playing in her 90s. This guy Vince does not let his age stop his grind.
And let me tell you though, that guy, that's what he does.
He's an animal.
That's his love is working out. He is a workhorse. His company and working out.
Kind of crazy.
That's his love, man. And that's his passion.
After wrapping up WWE's live shows, Vince would call up his personal trainer at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning and hit the gym. I think that's where Stephanie McMahon gets her workout routines from. You can see her doing her midnight workout routines on her social media pages. And by the way, let us know if you would like to see a video of Stephanie McMahon's workout and fitness regimen. She's definitely found the secret of fitness from both her dad and her husband, Triple H. The grind never stops when you're a McMahon. Vince McMahon's gym sessions are rumored to be more intense than a Hell in a Cell match. The weights clanging and banging like The Rock likes to say, and the treadmill begs for mercy as he cranks up the speed. Some say he does bicep curls with bags of money, each a reminder of his success. If only we could all be so fortunate, both financially and bicep-wise. Alright though, all joking aside, we know that Vince's gym sessions are gruesome. But just how gruesome could they possibly be? Let's just say that this guy is a straight-up machine. In his late 60s, he was squatting nearly 700 pounds. Vince reportedly trained for days a week, depending on his work schedule. Each day was dedicated to each part of his body, and he alternated heavy lifts with not so heavy lifts. According to his trainer, Mike Montfort, Vince's favorite and strongest part of his body is his gigantic back. On the bent over row, he can lift 315 pounds for 10 reps without even breaking a sweat. Vince considered the gym his church. It was his sacred ground. As he said in one interview, when you walk in there, you walk with respect, and everyone is welcome. And after every workout, the grind does not end, as Vince will follow up with a full CrossFit-inspired workout for the next 90 minutes. With Vince's age, it's quite normal to ask, how could a 78-year-old man keep doing what he does? And well, Vince has a simple answer to that. Age doesn't really have anything to do with it. At 78, Vince keeps hitting his personal records. And while it's important to make gains, it's also important to be safe. An injury would mean weeks of no progress, and it will surely regress everything you've worked on so far. So while it is okay to push yourself to the limit, it's also important to recognize how much your body can handle. And for Vince McMahon, he just knows it very well. While having the best diet and proper workout routine is important, it's just half the battle. So now let's address the elephant in the room, the infamous Vince McMahon Power Walk. If you've ever watched WWE, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That swagger, that confidence, that unmistakable strut that says, I'm in charge and I know it. Rumor has it that McMahon practices this walk religiously, strutting his way through Titan Towers like a peacock on steroids. And who can blame him? If you had a walk that could make Stone Cold Steve Austin jealous, wouldn't you flaunt it too? But of course, you might ask, why does Vince's walk matter? How has it helped him get in better shape even at the age of 78? Well, it's not just about physical fitness for Vince McMahon. It's also about mental toughness. The man has weathered storms that would make most people tap out, from the Monday Night Wars to the rise of MMA. Yet, McMahon remains at the helm, steering the ship through choppy waters with the resilience of a seasoned captain. It's this mental fortitude that sets him apart, proving that a sharp mind is just as important as a chiseled physique. This is part of the secret to how Vince McMahon stays fit. He has that mental fortitude that only some of us have. Despite decades of swimming with sharks in an industry that revolves around chaos, a sharp mind and mental awareness are a must. It's not just about the work you grind out at the gym or how many calories and proteins you consume in your body. It's also about the time you spend elevating the mind. Vince McMahon's secret to fitness, despite his age, is a combination of dedication, discipline, and a touch of McMahon flair. Whether he's slamming pancakes for breakfast, crushing weights in the gym, or strutting through the office like he owns the place, and spoiler alert, he does, McMahon's approach to fitness is as unique as the man himself. So the next time you feel the urge to skip the gym or indulge in that extra slice of pizza, ask yourself, what would Vince McMahon do? The answer might just inspire you to step into the ring of life with the same gusto and flair that defines the WWE's one and only Vince McMahon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.